Yo, tapping in real quick. Something light, nothing major, man. We just fit to sit here and chop it up for a couple minutes about what I believe to be a very solid five individuals for this fight night card coming up. Yan versus Figueiredo. And in my personal opinion, it's hard, man. This card is hard to come across individuals that you can find yourself being, somewhat confident in. You know what I'm talking about? Based off of the fact that, with all due respect, it's loaded with these China men and China women that, again, with all due respect, have just been over there up against a different level of opposition, producing the bodies of work that they've been producing over there up against a different level of opposition. Now, come Saturday night, there's nothing different. They will be competing against each other. So for me personally, that does not give me the opportunity to gauge where their ceilings may or may not be inside of the UFC based off of performances against each other. You understand what I'm saying to you? So the degenerate in me is very enticed to come out and roll the dice on all these unknowns for Saturday night. You know what I'm talking about? And, upon further investigation, I have come to the conclusion that this is a very solid five, man. Now, you can run with them or you can run from them. You can do absolutely whatever the fuck you want to do with them. I'm rocking with them, though. You know what I'm talking about? Now, last week, I had a solid five. Now, all five of those were young men. You know what I'm talking about? That's not the case this week. But for the most part, that is usually the case. And last week, that was the case. I had three favorites and two dogs. Those two dogs were Ramiz and Jimmy. And those three favorites were Marcus, Oban, and Charles. You know what I'm talking about? Now, this week, there are some young women involved. But I do have a solid five again. And it is three favorites and two dogs. You understand what I'm saying to you? I like Kong, man. I like Kong, rightfully so. She's the most significant favorite on the card. Then I like Zhang, rightfully so. Zhang, underneath Kong, he's the second most significant favorite on the card. Then I also like Fang, rightfully so. She's the third most significant favorite on the card, right underneath a Zhang. I believe Kong's around a minus 1,000. Zhang's around a minus, three something, and Fang's a little bit lighter on the three something. Like Fang might be 310, Zhang might be 330, and Kong might be around 900. I believe that's what it is. But either way, Kong, Zhang, and Fang, three of the most significant favorites on the card. You understand what I'm saying to you? But then we're gonna toss in that dog and that song, man. Huh? On the main card in his home country against fucking Salikov? Huh? Why is Song even the underdog, man? You understand what I'm saying to you? He should not be the underdog in this matchup for any reason, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You understand what I'm saying to you? Not in my personal opinion. I've said it over and over again, and I'll say it again. And whoever knows what I'm about to say, you already know what it's about to be, man. There's nothing special or magnificent about Salikov. He's very reminiscent and reminds me so much of a Dennis Seaver. He's a 170-pound welterweight Dennis Seaver. For anybody who remembers Dennis Seaver, he was solid. He could strike. And he had about, three, maybe four little tricks up his sleeve. You know what I'm talking about? His spinning heel kick, his spinning spot to kick. A couple other little flashy things he liked to implement when he was able to do so. But other than that, nothing magnificent about that young man. There's nothing magnificent about Salikov. Nothing to make me think he's going to come in here and beat Song in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And how does he win against Song in Song's home country, man? On the main card. How does he, secure that victory? Outside of getting it done inside the distance via KO, TKO from clipping and disconnecting Song from his consciousness, which I don't believe Salikov's going to be able to do. He doesn't get it by producing a better all-around body of work over the course of 15 minutes for a unanimous majority or split decision. He doesn't get it done via submission. He only gets it done via KO TKO from clipping and disconnecting Song, which I don't believe Song will allow the opportunity or the openings for him to be able to land his shot clean enough or significant enough, for that to happen. I can see Song getting Salikov out of there inside the distance via submission. You know what I'm talking about? Possibly catching him and clipping him on the feet. If not getting him out of there via KO, TKO, or a club and sub type of situation, just, producing a better body of work over the course of 15 minutes, absolutely everywhere, man. Song is solid. Song is well-rounded, man. Song is proven that he can be dangerous up against a certain level of opposition, man. And in his home country, on the main card, up against Salikov, come on, man. Come on, you can give me Song all day long as a dog, man. I know folk is down on Song, because he was a slight dog in his last matchup. I believe it was against the young little up-and-comer, you know what I'm talking about? And he was on the wrong side of that one, man. Salikov ain't no young up-and-comer, man. He don't got no steam behind him, and there ain't nothing special or magnificent about him. His best days are behind him. This is motherfucking Salikov we talking about, man. Huh? You can give me Song all day long, man. And then the boy Toom. I don't know how you say his name. Tumendbdemmer. I don't know how you say that boy's name, man. You know what I'm talking about? But the boy that's fighting Carlos Hernandez. Huh? Huh? Man, you can give me old boy, man. You can give me old boy as another dog. Because that brings... What? We got Kong at like minus 900. We got Zhang at like damn near minus 400. We got Fang over the minus 300. The three of them together come to like minus 110. You understand what I'm saying to you? Or something like that. But these two dogs, who I'm highly confident in, Song and Old Boy, they bring that number to plus 1144, 1,144, man. And all that I said about Song, we not going to not talk about Old Boy, man. Listen, Old Boy has what? He's 8-0, and I'm on him. I'm rocking with him to improve to 9-0, man. You understand what I'm saying to you? He's 8-0. He can get it done via KO, TKO. He can get it done via submission, and he can get it done via decision. Old boy on the other side of things, he's got done in via KO, TKO. He's got done in via submission, and he's been done in via decision. So while old boy on this side, 8-0, can get it done any which way the fight go, old boy on the other side he's proven that he can get done in any which way the fight go, as well as getting it done any which way the fight go, man. But the body of work produced, although, has been up against slightly different levels of opposition, man. I do like the all-around body of work that I've seen produced by old boy whose name I can't even pronounce. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm rocking with him at 8-0 to improve to 9-0. And as of right now, he's still a slight dog. I believe he's like a 152, and he's a 158, and Song's a 152. But that minus 900 with that minus 330 and that minus 310 that gets us to minus 110, we toss in that plus 158 with that plus 152, and now we at plus 1144. You understand what I'm saying to you? On a 5-legger, 3 significant favorites and 2 dogs. And I'm highly confident in every last one of them, man. You understand what I'm saying to you? It is what it is, man. I like these 5, man. In my personal opinion, that's a solid 5. And I've already, sprinkle something light on them, a little half a man, a little $50, you know what I mean, for a light little like $570 some back, you know what I'm talking about, on the return when it smacks, whether or not I'm going to toss another half a man or a little quarter water or something else on it, or when the props drop, find, little KO, TKO, or points in a double chance for better money lines for certain matchups, you know what I'm talking about, I like this 5, man. Either way you look at it, I like this 5, man. You know what I'm talking about? And it ain't got nothing to do with any of these, UFC individuals. Because if I'm keeping it funky with you, man, that main event can go either which way. We know that main event can go either which way, man. The only time Jan has ever lost inside the distance has been via submission, man. You know what I'm talking about? And if anybody else is going to get him out of there inside the distance via submission, it's going to be Figueiredo. You understand what I'm saying to you? In 2024. You know what I'm talking about? Jan has what? You know, 4 finishes inside the UFC octagon. All finishes coming via KO, TKO inside the distance. Figueiredo has 8 finishes, 4 coming via KO, TKO inside the distance, 4 coming via submission. He's also been KO, TKO'd and submitted. You understand what I'm saying to you? That match can go any which way. No way it's going to be in my confident plays. Richie versus Jan, that one could go any which way. If Richie can't implement her game, which I believe she's going to be able to do, but if she's unable to implement her game and this thing stays upright for 15 minutes, it might not make it 15 minutes. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because she might clip Richie and disconnect her from her consciousness. But if Richie's able to stay safe and implement her game like I think she's able to do, she's going to cash as an underdog, man. But with that being said, can't be confident in that shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? When we talking about some UFC names that I can be confident in, I can be confident in Song as an underdog against Salikov. I can't be extremely confident in Oberg against Ozdemir, because if Ozdemir puts Oberg up against that cage on his back foot and strings a combination together, he could very well clip and disconnect Oberg from his consciousness, man. He could crumble him up, fold him up like a fucking lawn chair on the side of that motherfucking cage and then just rain down on him. You know what I'm talking about? I can't be confident in that pick. And then when we talk about Mahashete and Mata, I can't be confident in that, man. I just said that a little bit ago, man. Mata came into this motherfucker. He got knocked out by Jimmy. Then he knocked out Cameron. Then he got knocked out by Manuel. Had a no contest with Trey and knocked out Tom. He got knocked out a Joker, got knocked out a Joker, and in the midst had a no contest. You understand what I'm saying to you? While Mahashete knocked out Steve Garcia, that's good. Had a decision loss to Hoffa, got knocked out by Borshev, and then got a split decision win over Gage. So while the pick might be Mahashete, we can't act like Mata might not be due for another knockout, or he might be due to get knocked the fuck out another time. Who the fuck knows? But Mata's a live dog to come in there and get that one done via KO, TKO, because everything going on with Mata is 100% finishing rate inside the UFC. You understand what I'm saying to you? How the fuck can you be confident in that fight on either side with Mahashete or Mata? How can you be extremely highly confident or even a comfortable level of confidence in Oberg versus Ozdemir? We've seen Oberg, you know, fold. You know what I'm talking about? Now, it's a different Oberg. It's not the same Oberg that fought Kennedy and Chuck Wu. He approaches the fight a bit differently, man. He likes to pick them shots and be clean with it. But if Ozdemir catches him on that back foot, it could be over. How the fuck can you be confident? You know what I'm talking about? We just talked about the motherfucking Jan and Figueiredo and the Jan and Richie. How can you be confident? The only UFC names that I can be confident in is Song winning against Salikov on the main card in his home country as a slight dog. And I like that other dog. And I like motherfucking Kong. And I like motherfucking Fang. And I like Zhang. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I have 5 individuals that I feel like are very solid. 3 favorites and 2 underdogs, much like last week. 3 favorites and 2 underdogs. And this week they come to plus 1144 when you wrap them together. You can run with them or you can run from them. You know what I'm talking about? My bad about the background. I was watching The Holiday Rush on Netflix, one of my favorite holiday movies. You know what I'm talking about? Check that out, man. You know what I mean? Peace and blessings.